this address to you has been necessitated by the statement that has just been read here by our colleagues from the Kenya Kwanza side. We feel it is imperative for us to deal with the propaganda and the lies and the mischaracterization of yesterday's events by our friends from Kenya Kwanza. I will address only two things. Number one, was the maandamano of yesterday peaceful? We, as the conveners of that event yesterday, had planned to have a very peaceful maandamano. We encouraged our supporters to show up unarmed and to proceed peaceably to KICC. We indeed, as members of parliament, proceeded from these very premises to KICC peaceably and unarmed, but yet were still confronted with tear gas and rubber bullets. So we want to make it very clear that yesterday's maandamano was peaceful in its planning and execution until police interfered. We have seen images, and you people captured them, of police officers firing tear gas, using water cannons on people who are just marching peacefully. What we have decided to do as a coalition is to identify individual police officers who must then bear responsibility for their acts and omissions yesterday. The first one is the OCS for KICC, who was the one ordering his subordinates to tear gas us without any justification. The second one is the police officer who has now become infamous on social media, who was captured aiming live rounds at us on Wabera Street. We have identified him as an officer attached to the DCI in Kilimani. We will also be presenting complaints about those two officers to the IPOA. Lastly, on the question of whether our maandamano was protected by the law under the Constitution, we know that the Kenya Kwanza people want to mischaracterize us as people who operate outside the realm of the law. We know that under Article 37, all of us indeed have the right to assemble, picket, peaceably march, do whatever it is you want to do. We are challenging them that if they are having difficulty with Article 37, and they always chest stamp and say they have the majority of numbers in the National Assembly and in the Senate, let them bring an amendment to do away with Article 37 so that we can know that we are fully back in the KANU days. So as far as we are concerned, we are within the law, and if anyone thinks that anybody operated outside the law, they know what to do. Arrest people, charge them, and let's see what charges you bring against them. I thank you. Yes, I want to invite the deputy leader in the Senate. Then we'll have Junet, and then yes.
Thank you very much. I'll address myself to three issues. One is on the issue of media. You people, we want to take this opportunity to most sincerely thank you and congratulate you for staying the course. I'm a journalist myself. I know the challenges that media people go through as they cover events like this. You guys have done a fantastic job to this nation. You are the real protectors of devolution, the real protectors of democracy. You are the real defenders of the rights of the downtrodden. For that reason, I want to say thank you to the media. Let's be partners in ensuring that this country is a better country tomorrow than it is today. Secondly, those who addressed you before we came here spoke about the absence of other political parties and other communities from the demonstrations yesterday. You know, these are people who are just living in denial. They said that Sikuru was not represented in the demonstrations. For heaven's sake, His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is a child of Sikuru. That's where he comes from. He was here. He was leading the demonstrations. I am the senator of Kitui County. Sikuru is in Kitui. I was there in the demonstrations. You look at the members that came from Ukambani region. There was Honorable Mbui, who is still here with us. He was in the demonstration. There was Honorable Mboni Mwalika from Kitui Rural. There was Honorable Dr. Irene Kasalu, the women rep of Kitui. There was Honorable Joyce Kamene, the women rep of Machakos. There was Honorable Susan Kiamba, the member of parliament from Makueni. There was Honorable Joshua Kimilu, the MP for Kaiti, and many members of parliament from the region and supporters. So it is a lie, an open lie, that Wiper did not participate or people from Lower Eastern did not participate. We are central to these demonstrations, and we will stay the course. We are not going to be cowed. The last thing that I want to say, I want, on behalf of these colleagues of mine here and on behalf of our principals, to invite the International Criminal Court to take serious interest in what is happening in this country. You can't have a situation where people are exercising their right under the Constitution, Article 37, to demonstrate and to picket, and then police from nowhere decide to throw tear gas canisters, even bullets at people who are peacefully demonstrating. We want the ICC to take serious attention on what is happening in this country, and people must bear personal responsibility for the things that they do. I thank you.
Very good.
I want to invite Junet.